and I looked at each other and didn't have a thing to say. She got out a spoon and I ground the white pill into powder and we put it in his orange juice. What a nice day we had. Hi guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a good day, evening, night, whatever time it is for you. I got a little friend here that's joining me. This is Ham. This is one of my two cats that I have. The other one is Peter. They are only 8 months old and they are brothers and polydactyl. They got the little thumbs. But this is my little buddy for the video. He'll be like popping in and out of the camera. His tail might be in the camera a bit, so that's Ham. Today we are going to be reading some Reddit confessions. I felt like something new, so let's try Reddit confessions and see how you guys like that and see how I enjoy filming it. Okay, let's get into this. I have 6 saved confessions for us to read today. So let's start with the first one. This is from 5 years ago. The title is, I run a fake restaurant on a delivery app. My dyslexia may or may not play a big part in me messing up a bunch of words, so I'm very sorry for that. I registered this is how it starts. It says, I registered a company, bought all the takeaway boxes from Amazon, signed up for a few delivery apps, made a few social media accounts, and printed leaflets? I don't know what a leaflet is, but leaflets? That drop in mailboxes. I resell microwave meals. On some meals I add something to make them look better, like cheese. So far it's around, I think that's a pound sign, 200 pounds a day in revenue. That's not too bad. I mean, I would prefer it to be better, but that's not the worst. Like, it could be worse. Nobody suspects a thing. Soon someone will come for a hinge suspicion, or hinge. It says hygiene, but I think it's spelt wrong. That's why I pronounced that wrong. It says hygiene, but I pronounced that wrong because that is not spelt right. Hygiene inspection, but I'll pass that check without any problems. It's not illegal to operate out of your own kitchen. What are you doing? Oh, you resell microwave meals. Okay, that doesn't seem very bad. Should I feel bad? I feel kind of proud to be fair and free as a bird from the 9-to-5 life. That's understandable. Oh, he made an edit. Please stop commenting on the legality of this. I'm doing everything by the law. I'm in the UK, so yes, I can work out of a non-commercial kitchen. Yes, I am registered and will pay taxes in January. Yes, I have my certificates, and yes, I have insurance. Though there is something I need to add about to the policy, doing that next week. This shouldn't be a concern. I'm legal. This is a confession sub, not a legal advice. Not breaking any laws, just ruining my karma in real life for selling people heated up food from a microwave at home. Honestly, I don't see anything bad about it. Seems like people are being mean. someone's like, I think I probably ordered food from you. So much shitty delivery food. The person who made the post was like, real restaurants do it too, especially in something like lasagna or moussaka, because otherwise it takes about 2 I just saw the 2 1.5 to 2 hours to make. Those are the most popular meals I can think of that are pre-made frozen and then simply heated up and served on a plate. I mean, he's not wrong. I don't see anything wrong with it. Let me know what you guys think about this one down below. Okay, so the next one is this is a really weird one, and this is why I picked this one out. I yelled at a homeless man and he tried to give me money. Okay. This happened about 10 years ago, and I've carried it in my heart ever since. This was written a day ago. I was on some really I was on some really tough times. Okay. It's a weird sentence. Okay. 26 years old, I had no money, was in school, and living in Atlanta at the time. I exited off the highway in downtown, and a homeless guy approached my window. This guy was a regular. I saw him daily. He was somewhat elderly, probably late 60s, 70s. It usually broke my heart, and I gave to homeless when I could. But, excuse me. But that day when I approached, I was so involved in myself and deep in my own immediate needs, that when he asked me for money, I lashed out. I yelled at him and said, I don't have any money to give you because I don't have any money myself. I mean, I do that a bunch. I don't particularly give money to homeless people because the homeless people here take it for granted and they're not actually homeless. They fake being homeless so people will give them money so that they can go on living their very luxurious life because they do have a job and they can afford a van for their whole family that is just sitting out under the on the overpass waiting for people to give them money, saying that they're homeless, they don't have a place to go, they don't have anything for food, they don't have this or they don't have that. They sit there all day. And this is this one family. And they sit there all day. And at the end of the day, they pack up everything and put it into this very nice van and then drive off. Scamming people for money. It's why I don't give money to homeless people here. Anyway, back to the story. He responded with empathy and tried to give me what few dollars he had. I immediately recognized this as the kindness and literal face of God. I felt so horrible, refused the money and apologized. I cried all the way home that day as the depth of what happened sunk in. I think about this moment often, especially now at 35. I reflect on things I should have done, like offered him a ride, bought him some clothes, food, etc. I wonder where he is and if he is alive. I think about my selfishness and how most people are one crisis away from being in his shoes. I am a Christian and God had brought me out of a severe back injury in a wheelchair a few years prior. I feel such shame even 10 years after thinking about how I was, given a second chance at life. And I responded that way to a man who in turn offered me what little he had. I don't think I can forgive myself for that moment because it was an opportunity, one that I feel God was giving me to fulfill this scripture and be a light for this world, but I failed. And then she wrote the scripture. I don't want to read the scripture. If you want to read the scripture, I will put it up right here for you to read, so you can pause the video and read the scripture. I don't want to read it. Since then, I've tried to be light by giving, donating, organizing for others, but it doesn't feel like enough because this one moment felt like I was denying Jesus himself. I know this is a matter of self-forgiveness, and I know I am forgiven, but it still hurts and haunts. I don't have any opinions on that. Like I said earlier, I don't really give to homeless people because of the scammy shit they do here. So I don't do that. Someone's like, we all hurt people, brother. He understood, that's why God put him there. I'm sure he was told much worse. Sometimes we lack charity when we are emotional. I know I do, but it's time to forgive yourself. Don't wallow in the shame, as hard as that is to resist. Yeah, that's something good to say. I agree with that person. Let me know what you think down below. I didn't realize that last one was going to be such a long one. This one's also like decently long, but it comes with 2 updates. So let's see how this goes, because the title of this one is I went dumpster diving in the 80s and won the lottery. What? Okay. When I was 13, in the 1980s or so, my buddy and I used to skateboard around looking for stuff to build a fort out of. When we went dumpster diving at an old business park, we didn't find fort-worthy material. What we did find were garbage bags full of lottery tickets. Oh my. Of course, we skated away with them, every bag to his garage. All the lotto tickets were winners, but we started noticing some were not punched with a hole. We went through thousands of tickets, and 1 out of every 200 to 300 were not holed. Jesus. We somehow convinced his dad to turn them into a local gas station for us. I remember his dad being kind of excited about it. He was quite a character. We went back to the same dumpster 2 more times. The 3rd time, padlock. I think we both walked away with like $1,000+ that summer, but new skateboards are totally rad. Here's the first update. My previously mentioned buddy saw this, recognized the story, and reconnected after 20+ years. Reddit is a crazy small world. That's amazing! That's so cool. Update 2. Yes, we are going to try and meet up in the near future. Apparently it wasn't thousands of dollars, but it sure seemed like it to me. And there was dispute on which dad did the deed, and most damning, he said he never saw a dime of it. Now I have to pay for lunch when we meet up. Memory's a fickle thing. Fickle? A fickle. Did you mean to put fickle? And someone's like, I bet I know the state and city where this happened. DM me if the dumpster was at new offices new to the fireman's hall. That's so cool. Hey, it's not a bad story. It's not a bad story. Okay. Okay, next story. I'm gonna do this one and one more, because they're pretty long. My work shift got canceled, but I lied and went to the beach instead. Title, basically, I was supposed to work a shift, but got the call the day before I didn't have to come in. My spouse is a total nightmare to deal with. and I never get to do anything besides be at home or at work. So I decided to say it and put my dyslexia. So I decided to say it and I put on my clothes like I was going to work, pulled out of the driveway in the direction I normally would. This is all very weirdly worded, so that's why I'm messing it up so bad. Anyway, pulled out of the driveway in the direction I normally would, and hit the road to the beach. Weather has been perfect the last couple of weeks, and it isn't heavy with tourists yet since school is still in session. So I parked in the public lot, took off my work clothes, kept normal clothes underneath, and put down an emergency jacket I keep in my car as my place to sit. It's been glorious to have time to myself in my favorite place to be with almost no one around. Yeah, I understand that. Everyone else also seems to be like really understanding in the comment section. There's this one comment that says, "I'm sorry for what you're going through. I hope you'll manage to get free soon." Another one says, "You enjoyed peace and quiet. That's the plan. Kudos to you." Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine by me. I feel like that was okay. This next one, is the whole reason you clicked on this video. Okay. When I was a kid, I drugged my dad for a whole month. I hope it was nothing bad. Oh dear. There's a warning. Warning, contains... My father was raging. He used to beat us and yell at us about how worthless we were constantly. My mother finally had enough and said that either he gets a psychological help or she leaves him. We went to the doctor and he was prescribed antipsychotic medication, which made sense to us kids because he was psychotic. When he started taking it, he magically became nice. No more beatings, no more yelling. It was paradise. Then after a while, he turned mean again. We asked our mom what was going on, and she said that he stopped taking his medication because he didn't like the side effects, whatever that meant. He didn't like the side effects. We felt doomed until one day my mom accidentally left his prescription bottle in the kitchen. My sister and I looked at each other and didn't have a thing to say. She got out a spoon and I ground the white pill into powder and we put it in his orange juice. What a nice day we had. We did this every single day, enjoying our temporary happy home until the prescription ran out. It was the best month of our childhood, and I'm not sorry. They made an edit. Wow, thanks for all the kind words and the award. This is unexpected but greatly appreciated. To those that asked, I'm doing fine now and live a blessed life, and no, I don't recommend people do this at home. I was just a kid during desperate times. Hey, that's completely understandable. Pretty sure kids have done worse to get out of abusive situations like that. So, giving your dad his prescription medication without him knowing, I wouldn't say is necessarily a bad thing. He's taking his prescription. I mean, like, it is, because, like, he doesn't know that you're giving it to him. That's not okay. And for all you know, squishing the medication might not help him. It might dull down the effects of the medication, so he might not be getting the full effects for the full amount of time with that medication. I am on SSRIs. I am on a bunch of different pain medications. I am on a sleeping medication. I'm on a bunch of different medications. So I know the gist of what happens when it comes to pills. And if you squish a certain type of pill, sometimes it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Or if it does, it won't work for as long as it's supposed to, which no one wants that. But the comments say, you shouldn't be sorry. I'm glad you got a memorial. I can't even say that word. I don't even know why I tried to read that comment. Someone says, a child force feeding a parent their prescribed medication so that the kids don't get beat just doesn't feel like drugging to me so much as creative problem solving. I hope you're safe now. Exactly. They tried to make the best out of the bad situation that they were in at the time. I feel bad for them. Let me know your opinions about this down below. Okay, that's the end of the YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, he's done on the camera. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more videos like this, like the video and comment down below. Also, subscribe if you aren't already. I look at my statistics and I can see that 99% of you guys aren't subscribed. Subscribe to me, please. Come on. You keep coming back for more.